वैष्णव वृंद की
जय
नमाचार्य दास ठाकुर की
जय।
प्रेम से श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की
जय
जय गो प्रेमानंदे
हरि हरि
हरि
बोल।
हरि
all glories
बोल।
assembled devotees, all glories assembled devotees, always to God. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
भगवते
भगवते
Om
वासुदेवाय।
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Hare Krishna. Welcome back to Srimad Bhagavatam study class. We are on the second chapter of first canto, creation, and the name of the chapter is Divinity and Divine Service. So today's verses 4, 5, and 6. So text 4. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tado jayamudiraye. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tado jayamudiraye. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tado jayamudhire. Shailaja Maji.
Hare Krishna. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tado jayam udidayet. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tado jayamudiraye. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Nindamaji. Hare Krishna. Nindamaji. Milinda.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
Hare Krishna.
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम्
Udhiraye. Udhiraye.
उदीरये। हरे कृष्ण।
Right. Snigdamaji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरो चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वती व्यास ततो जयमुदीरये।
Right. Umamaji.
Hare Krishna. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tado jayamudiraye.
Right. Can you read?
Yes, I can.
Right.
Synonyms. Narayanam, the personality of Godhead. Namaskritya, after offering respectful obeisances. Naram chaiva and Narayana. Nara Uttamam, the Narottamam, the supermost human being, Devim, the goddess, Saraswatim, the mistress of learning, Vyasam, Vyasadeva, Tattva, thereafter, Jayam, all that is meant for conquering, Udirayet, be announced. Translation. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead, Narayana, unto Narayana, see, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Purport. All the Vedic literatures and the Puranas are meant for conquering the darkest region of material existence. The living being is in the state of forgetfulness of his relation with God due to his being overly attracted to material sense gratification from time immemorial. His struggle for existence in the material world is perpetual, and it is not possible for him to get out of it by making plans. If he at all wants to conquer the perpetual struggle for existence, he must re-establish his eternal relation with God, and one who wants to adopt such remedial measures must take shelter of literatures such as the Vedas and the Puranas. Foolish people say that the Puranas have no connections with the Vedas. However, the Puranas are supplementary explanations of the Vedas intended for different types of men. All men are not equal. There are men who are conducted by the model of goodness, others who are under the mode of passion, others who are under the mode of ignorance. The Puranas are so divided that any class of men can take advantage of them and gradually regain their lost position and get out of the hard struggle for existence. Srila Sudha Goswami shows the way of chanting the Puranas. This may be followed by persons who aspire to be preachers of the Vedic literatures and the Puranas. Srimad Bhagavatam is the spotless Purana, and it is especially meant for them who desire to get out of the material entanglement permanently. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Verse 5. Munaya sadhu prishtoham Vabhir logamangalam Yatkrida Krishna samprashno Yenatma suprasidari Munaya sadhu prishtoham Vabhir logamangalam Yatkrida Krishna samprashno Yenatma suprasidari Munaya sadhu prishtoham Vabhir logamangalam Yakra Krishna samprashno yenatma suprasidari. Yes, Shailaja Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Maya sadhu prishtoham bhadrlogamangalam etkada Krishna samprashno yenatma suprasidadi.
What is
Hare
it?
Krishna. Suprasidadi. Isn't it?
Oh, can you read the verse once more?
Okay. Munaya sadhu prishtoham bhadrlogamangalam etkada Krishna samprashno yenatma suprasidadi.
Right. In some function, you say with your set. Not very
Hare
audible.
Krishna.
Right. Jai Shri Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी मुने साधु पृष्टोऽहं भवद्भिर्लोकमङ्गलं यत्कृत कृष्ण सम्प्रश्नो येनात्मा सुप्रसीदति हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna. Right. Milinda Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Muneyo sadhu prishto ham bhavadbhir lokam mangalam yat kritha Krishna samprashno yenatma suprashiddati. Hare Krishna.
Right. Uma Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Munaya sadhu prishtoham pavaddirlokamangalam yakrida Krishna samprasno yenatma suprasidati.
Right. Right. Snigdha Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु. ओम
Hare
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. मुनयः साधु पृष्टोऽहं भवभिर्लोकमङ्गलं जत्कृतः कृष्ण सम्प्रश्नो येनात्मा सुप्रसीदति. हरे कृष्ण.
Right. You read the last verse also, previous verse?
Yes, Narayana Namaskriта I read.
All right. Okay, now we can read that synonyms.
Synonyms. Munayah, O sages. Sadhu, this is relevant. Prishta, questioned. Aham, myself. Bhavabhiha, by all of you. Loka, the world. Mangalam, welfare. Yat, because. Krita, made. Krishna, the personality of Godhead. Samprasannaha, relevant question. Yena, by which Atma, self, suprasiddhati, completely pleased. Translation. O sages, I have been justly questioned by you. Your questions are worthy because they relate to Lord Krishna and so are of relevant to the world's welfare. Only questions of this sort are capable of completely satisfying the self. Purport. Since it has been stated herein before that in the Bhagavatam the absolute truth is to be known, the questions of the sages of Nimisharanya are proper and just because they pertain to Krishna, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the absolute truth. In Bhagavad Gita 15.15, the personality of Godhead says that in all the Vedas there is nothing but the urge for searching after him. Lord Krishna, thus the questions that pertain to Krishna are the sum and the substance of all the Vedic inquiries. The whole world is full of questions and answers. The birds, beasts, and men are all busy in the matter of perpetual questions and answers. In the morning, the birds in the nest become busy with questions and answers, and in the evening, also the same birds come back again, become busy with questions and answers. The human being, unless he is fast asleep at night, he is busy with questions and answers. The businessmen in the market are busy with questions and answers, and so also the lawyers in the court, and the students in the school and colleges. The legislators in the parliament are also busy with questions and answers. The politicians and the press representatives are all busy with questions and answers. Although they go on making such questions and answers for their whole lives, they are not at all satisfied. Satisfaction of the soul can only be obtained by questions and answers on the subject of Krishna. Krishna is our most intimate master, friend, father, and son, and object of conjugal love. Forgetting Krishna, we have created so many objects of question and answers, but none of them are able to give us complete satisfaction. All things but Krishna give temporary satisfaction only. So if we are to have complete satisfaction, we must take to the questions and answers about Krishna. We cannot live for a moment without being questioned or without being answers, because the Srimad Bhagavatam deals with questions and answers that are related to Krishna. We can derive the highest satisfaction only by reading and hearing this transcendental literature. One should learn the Srimad Bhagavatam and make an all-round solution to all problems pertaining to social, political, religious matter. Srimad Bhagavatam and Krishna are the sum total of all things. Hare Krishna.
Next 6. Savai pumsao pumsam paro dharmo yado bhakti radhokshaje ahaitvagi apradihadam yayatma suprasidari. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yado bhakti radhokshaje ahaitvagi apradihadam yayatma suprasidari. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yado bhakti radhokshaje ahaitvagi apradihadam yayatma suprasidari. Yes, Sailaja Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yado bhakti adoshaje ahaitukya pradihada yayatma samprasidadi. Hare Krishna.
Right. Jai Shri Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण सवै पुंसां परो धर्मो यतो भक्तिरधोक्षजे अहेतुक्य अप्रतिहता ये आत्मा सुप्रसीदति. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Uma Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yado bhaktira dokshate ahaitukya apratihata yayatma suprasidati. Hare Krishna.
Right. Snigdha Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I think this is the answer to question number 1, Prabhuji, the
Yes,
most
yes.
important sloka.
Yes, right.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sabai punsa paro dharmo jato bhakti adhokhyaje ahetukya pratihata jayatma samprasiddhati. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Milinda Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktir adokshaje ayatukya apratihata yayatma suprasiddhati. Hare Krishna.
Right. You have made an effort today, I think. Great. Good. Right, you can read the synonyms.
Yes. Saha, that, by, certainly, pumsam, for mankind, paraha, sublime, dharma, occupation, yataha, by which, bhaktiha, devotional service, adokshaje, unto the transcendence, ahetukya, causeless, aprasihata, unbroken, yaya, by which Atma, the self, suprashidati, completely satisfied. Translation: the supreme occupation, dharma, for all humanity is that by which men can attain to loving devotional service unto the transcendent Lord. Such devotional service must be unmotivated and uninterrupted to completely satisfy the self. Purport. In this statement, Sri Suta Goswami answers the first question of the sages of Nemi Saranya. The sages ask him to summarize the whole range of revealed scriptures and present the most essential part so that the fallen people or the people in general might easily take it up. The Vedas prescribe two different types of occupation for the human being. One is called the Pravritti Marga, or the path of sense enjoyment, and the other is called Nivritti Marga, or the path of renunciation. The path of enjoyment is inferior, and the path of the sacrifice for the supreme cause is superior. The material existence of the living being is a diseased condition of actual life. Actual life is spiritual existence or Brahma Bhuta existence, where life is eternal, blissful, and full of knowledge. Material existence is temporary, illusory, and full of miseries. There is no happiness at all. There is just a futile attempt to get rid of the miseries, and temporary cessation of misery is falsely called happiness. Therefore, the path of progressive material enjoyment, which is temporary, miserable, and illusory, is inferior. But devotional service to the Supreme Lord, which leads one to eternal, blissful, and all cognizant life, is called the superior quality of occupation. This is sometimes polluted when mixed with the inferior quality. For example, adoption of devotional service for material gain is certainly an obstruction to the progressive path of renunciation. Renunciation or abnegation for ultimate good is certainly a better occupation than enjoyment in the diseased condition of life. Such enjoyment only aggravates the system of disease and increases its duration. Therefore, devotional service to Lord must be pure in quality, that is, without the least desire for material enjoyment. One should, therefore, accept the superior quality of occupation in the form of devotional service of the Lord without any tinge of unnecessary desire, fruitive action, and philosophical speculation. This alone can lead one to perpetual solace in service. We have purposely denoted dharma as occupation because the root meaning of the word dharma is that which sustains one's existence. A living being's sustenance of existence is to coordinate his activities with his eternal relation with the Supreme Lord Krishna. Krishna is the central pivot of living beings, and he is the all-attractive living entities or eternal form amongst all other living beings or eternal forms. Each and every living being has his eternal form in the spiritual existence, and Krishna is the eternal attraction for all of them. Krishna is a complete whole, and everything else is his part and parcel. The relation is one of the servant and the served. It is transcendental and is completely distinct from our experience in material existence. This relation of servant and the served is the most congenial form of intimacy. One can realize it as devotional service progresses. Everyone should engage himself in that transcendental, loving service of the Lord, even in the present conditional state of material existence. That will gradually give one the clue to actual life and please him to complete satisfaction. Hare Krishna.
Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chachurunmelitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Mano Vishnu Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupagada Mahim Dadadi Swapadantigam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Udapatagamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsa Shri Rupam Sagrajadam Sahaganaraganadanvidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadhudam Parijana Saidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Ladidam Shri Vishagan Namscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagalpade Gobesha, Gopiga Kanda, Radha Kanda, Namaste. Taptaganjana Gaurangi, Radhe Vrindavaneshwari, Rishabhanusude Devi, Pranamami Haripriye. Vancha Kalpadruvesya Kripa Sindhubhyeva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namane. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshadarni. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Radhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna. Text 4. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tado jayamudiraye. Translation. Before reciting this Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead Narayana, unto Naranarayana Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Hare Krishna. So, Sudha Goswami has started giving the reply, and he starts this in the second verse of the second chapter. In the first verse, Vedavyasa is saying that Ramaharshana means son of Ramaharshana, who is Sudha Goswami, was delighted with the questions of sages. So Sudha Goswami is also known as Ugrashavas. What Ugrashavas means? One who remembers everything that is being said to him. Even a single word he will remember. He's an intense listener. So intense his listening is that he can remember each and everything that is being told. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also an Ugrashavas. Once he was very young, 16 years old, he was teaching students. At that time, one Kashmiri Pandita, Kashmiri Keshav, he was a world conqueror, Jagat Guru, person who is trying to conquer others in knowledge. So he was studying right from Kashmir, he reached all the places of India, defeated all the great scholars, and he was a very feared scholar because he knows everything. He was a great Pandit. Then he came down to Bengal, Navadvip and Mayapur, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was residing or living. The Navadvip also was a very renowned center for learning. Many great scholars and Pandits were there. But when Keshav Pandit, Kashmiri Keshav Pandit came, all of them just ran away because they didn't want to compete with this person because he is such a great scholar. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was least bothered. He was not at all even aware that Kashmiri Pandita had come. Anyway, he knew that about Kashmiri Pandita. So as usual, he was giving classes to his students on the bank of Ganges. So Kashmiri Pandita, along with his disciples, a great retinue, he approached Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was known as Nimai Pandita at that time. He was also a great scholar. So when Gauranga is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so Kashmiri Pandita, he very respectfully praised him that you are such a great scholar, that we are very fortunate to have your darshan. So why don't you speak some words for us on some topic? So Kashmiri Pandit asked, on what topic I shall speak? Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, okay, now the Ganges is flowing. Why don't you speak a few words on Ganges? Immediately, Kashmiri Pandita was such a great learned person that in a few minutes he composed 100 shlokas praising Ganges. Everyone stunned. Such great masterly performance. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was also very admiring him. With respect, so all great. You're such a great Pandit. Now, you also please explain what are the good and what are not so good aspects of your verses. See, then Kashmir Pandit is taken aback. What do you say not so good and good? Every one of my verses are very good. Okay, which one you want me to recite? Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you recite verse number 69. What do you mean verse by 69? You remember everything? Yes, you have said 100 verses. I remember everything of that. So verse number 69, you please explain. So in that verse, there is a word called Bhavani Bhartu. What Kashmiri Pandita was meaning was Bhavani Bhartu, he is translated as Parvati. Now word Bhavani means wife of Bhava actually. Bhava actually is Shiva. Bhavani means wife of Shiva. Then how can you say Bhavani Bhartu? That is husband of wife of Shiva. You got it? So that was a mistake. Like that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu pointed out several mistakes in the verses rendered by Kashmiri Pandita. Kashmiri Pandita was taken aback, was really blasted. So went back, broken-hearted, depressed. And while he was sleeping, Goddess Saraswati appeared before him because he was a disciple, the worshipper of Goddess Saraswati. He was crying and crying. See, Saraswati, Goddess, such a great Pandita, and I am now being defeated by a small boy of 16 years. I cannot tolerate this. And Saraswati said, it's not a small boy of 16 years. He is a supreme personality of Godhead. He is worshipped by me also. So you please go back and pay your obeisance to him. Fall down at his feet for your disrespect you have shown. And Kashmiri Pandita, he went back and fell down at his feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he apologized profusely, begged for forgiveness. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, okay, you're pure now. You can go back, you can go ahead, go around all over India, chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and teach them about love. So the point is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was also Ugrasravas, like that. Sudha Goswami was also Ugrasravas. So he started answering, and the second verse, as you remember, I also say that he has mentioned this. Yam Pravrjantam. Pravrjantam means leaving out everything. Pravrjantam, Anupedam, Apedakrityam. Anupedam means he could not be caught also. He just started running away. Pravrjantam. In Damodara Ashtam also you have this called Pravrjantam. Pravrjantam is a nice, very nice kirtan. During Kartika month, we sing it every day. You do it in your house, Sigdamaji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Ashtam?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Right. What about Milinda Maji?
No, Prabhuji.
Namami Swaram Sachidananda Rupam.
How long have you been with ISKCON now?
It's been, Prabhuji, I'm not like continuous, I'm on and off. So I attend Bhagavad Gita classes only. It's like not full-fledged, Prabhuji.
Okay, start associating more. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Because your desire should be to how to progress in your spiritual path. steadily, right? Without stoppage. So Shukadeva Goswami. And now why Sudha Goswami selected and mentioned about Shukadeva Goswami first? You know, the questions asked by these sages were pertain to the absolute truth only, which is the essence, which will please everyone. What is the essence that will please everyone? So, Yena Suprasidari means what your intellect and soul should be released and pleased. So, what I shall speak about, which is essence that is pleasing to everyone. So many people have so many opinions regarding. Some people say intellect is pleased with Sankhya. Someone will say it is pleased with Mimamsa or Upanishads. Or someone will say that is Vedanta Sutra only. Or sometimes they say Karma Kanda sessions like Dana, Yajna, Dana, Tapa. So many things are there. But ultimately, this cannot really be admitted. This cannot really please the Supreme Person, our intellect or our soul. So, the chief is Krishna Dvapayana Vyasa, who knows all the philosophies, and he wrote Vedanta Sutra, which is based on the clarity of mind. So, I should speak that literature only. The commentary rendered by Vedavyasa on Vedanta Sutra, which is Srimad Bhagavatam only, like last class I mentioned that. And the greatest philosophy was spoken by Shukadeva Goswami. The great assembly of 60,000 sages were assembled on the banks of Ganges, was trying to answer to King Parikshit's questions. So if I have to speak on Srimad Bhagavatam, then I have to surrender to Shukadeva Goswami. That's why he said started with Shukadeva Goswami. So Shukadeva Goswami is mentioned that he is the person who have entered everyone's heart because of his being a pure devotee. In Padma Purana, he said that he who worships the Lord pleases all living entities. He who worships the Lord pleases all living entities. All moving and non-being elements are controlled by him. So that's why both Vedavyasa and the trees. Vedavyasa is a living entity and living being, and the trees are non-living. So you'll feel that Dvapayana is Virhakadara Ahuvaja. Because of a separation from his son, Vedavyasa cried out, "Oh my son!" And echoed by the trees. Trees also echoed that. Now the word is Putredi Tanmadayaya. Tanmatayaya. So Tanmaya means when a person is attached to something, it is called Tanmaya. Tanmaya. So you have Krishnamaya, Krishnamayi, because when a person is totally attached to Krishna, he is called Krishnamaya or Krishnamayi. If he is totally attached to females, then he is called Strimaya. But Vedavyasa is totally attached to his son, Shukadeva Goswami. Why? Not because he was his son, but because what? He is the most pleasing object for Krishna. That's why he has entered the hearts of everyone, all living and non-living entities. If Vedavyasa's sorrow, or it is illusion, or it is what is called moroness, is due to separation from his son, then that will become materialistic. And we are very taught from very first beginning that we should not have attachment for material thing, material attachment, like sons, daughters, husband, son, wives, and all that. So this attachment of Vedavyasa to his son Shukadeva Goswami was based on Shukadeva Goswami being the most lovable object for Krishna. So it is not Vyasa's fault that he cried out agony and with a broken heart. So why Shukadeva Goswami is accepted as the sage of all sages? That's given in verse number 3. Ya swanubhavam agila shrudisaramegam. Yes, swa anubhavam, because by his own experience, he has understood agila shrudisaramegam, the essence of all the scriptures. The essence of all scriptures is ekam, only one, and that is Srimad Bhagavatam. And he has experienced Srimad Bhagavatam, swanubhavam, because in the second canto, the very first chapter, Shukadeva Goswami himself is saying, Parinishtido Manaigunya Uttama Shloka Leelaya Grihida Cheta Rajashre Akhyanam Yat Adidavan. He says, Parinishtidoham Naigunya. Previously, Shukadeva Goswami was a liberated person. He was a Brahma realized person. The person who is a Brahma realized person is called impersonalist. Brahman is a impersonal energy of Krishna. So a person who is attached to Brahman realization, they are called as impersonalists, Advaitins, Mayavadis, etc. etc. Begin with, Shukadeva Goswami was an impersonalist because he has realized the Brahman aspect. But even though I was situated like that, because I heard about the Uttama Shloka Leelaya, the nourishing pastimes of transcendental pastimes of Krishna, then he was attracted. His heart became attracted. He became attracted to Krishna, and then he became a devotee. So this is called Swanibhav. So Shukadeva Goswami here is accepted as says all sages, because even though there is person was saying Maharaja was there at the time, Parvata Muni was there, Yajnavalkya was there, Vasishta was there, Vishwamitra was there in that assembly, still Shukadeva Goswami, because he was the greatest reciter of Srimad Bhagavatam, by this single qualification, he became greater than all the great sages. So that is the greatness of Srimad Bhagavatam. Now in the present verse, now he is giving obeisance to others also. After paying obeisance to his spiritual master, now he is giving obeisance, like last verse we are last class I mentioned, Vandeham Shri Guru, Shri Yudavada Gamalam. Like that we are paying our obeisance to the Guru, our own Guru, then the Guru Parampara, then the Shad Goswamis, and then the Panchatattwas, then finally to Krishna and Radha. So yesterday I posted both Shad Goswami and Panchatattva. Have you seen this?
Yes, yes,
Mamaji has, yes, she has
yes.
indicated that she has seen that. I don't know whether others have seen this.
Yeah, I have seen.
I've
Yeah,
seen.
Jagaman is saying that. Right. You are in the group.
But I can remember what
Yes.
is Panchatattva.
You are in the group.
Yes, Prabhuji, I am in the group. I saw it, Prabhuji.
You saw it also. Good. So he is saying, offering respects to Guru, Sudha offers respect to Devadas, the presiding deity, etc. Naranarayana designated as the presiding deities of this work, since they have authority over the place. Naranarayana is a presiding deity of the place. What does it mean? It means that Naranarayana's place is called Badrigashram, where
Yes.
his presiding is Badrigashram.
Saraswati, bank of Saraswati river.
Yes, the bank of Saraswati Badrigashram. And Vedavyasa wrote Bhagavatam sitting in Badrigashram. Got it? That's why it says that Naranarayana as designated as a presiding deities of this work. This work means this Srimad Bhagavatam, because they have authority of the place. The Devada, or the subject of Bhagavatam, is Krishna. And Krishna is Narayana. Saraswati is a Shakti of this work, power. So she is also respected. And the sage of this work is Vyasa. He is also giving obeisances. And giving obeisance to everyone by chanting the word Jaya. Tado Jayam Dhire. They're calling out, like when you say Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, when you call out to Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu,
Yes.
raise our hands. So this is Jaya. So Sudha teaches other sages of Puranam that one can conquer samsara by studying it, and so the meaning would be, since the meaning would be Jayam. It should be Jayam only. So Tada means next. Tada means next. So after describing everyone, Sudha Goswami says, next we will say Jayam. Jayam to everyone. So Srila Prabhupada in his purport mentions that person, if he wants to conquer the darkest region of the essence, he should adopt such remedial measures and should take the shelter of Vedas and Puranas. Now, some people say that they make a distinction between Shruti and Smriti. Shruti is Vedas, Upanishads, and Vedanta Sutra. Smriti is Puranas and Idihasas. Some people say that Shruti is only important and Smriti is secondary only. Shruti, they say, it is origin is divine, and Smriti is by Loka people. But even great stalwarts like Madhvacharya, even Shankaracharya also gives equal importance to Puranas and Idihasas and Vedas. Because Vedas and Upanishads states a Siddhanta, and Puranas are account of persons who are follow this meticulously and those who are averse to it. It's a historical record. So Puranas are constructed in such a way that it will help people situated in different modes. People are differently situated according to modes. Tamogun, Rajogun, Sattvagun. Most of people, especially in this stage of Kali, 99% are situated in Rajogun and Tamogun only. Only very few people are situated in Sattvagun. But the Puranas help those situated in the Rajogun and Tamogun to advance to Sattva. And from there to the Shuddha Sattva stage. So Puranas are so divided that any class of man can take advantage of and gradually regain their lost position and get up a hard struggle for existence. So ultimate aim of all the Puranas point to liberation only. Liberation means getting out of the cycle of BUDD. So like all Puranas, Bhagavatam also concentrate or focus on one aspect, on liberation also, on one part. But major part of Bhagavatam is for realized souls. That is mentioned 1.1.3. It is for realized souls who is relation the relationship with Krishna. So that's why Bhagavatam is essentially a rasa science, a rasa Purana. That's why it's heads and shoulders above all the Puranas. By giving obeisances to all this Guru Parampara, Sudha Goswami teaches other people, other persons who is reciting Bhagavatam, how to recite Bhagavatam by following the Parampara system. Parampara system is we first give obeisance to our spiritual master, our direct Guru, then to all the Gurus and other Devatas. So the next verse, we are starting with the questions now. He said, Sudha Goswami starts this, Munaya sadhu prishtoham bhavi logamangalam yatkrida Krishna samprashno yenatma suprasidari. O sages, I have been justly questioned by him. Your questions are worthy because they relate to Lord Krishna and so are of relevance to world's welfare. Only questions of this sort are capable of completely satisfying the self. Now, Bhagavad Gita, as we know, is a science which enables a person, conditioned soul, to get realized. Leading 5 principles, ultimately, how to get out of the BOD cycle. But here in Srimad Bhagavatam, the realized self is looking for satisfaction and nourishment. So Srimad Bhagavatam is all about the Raga Bhakti stage. Not Sadhana Bhakti, Radha Bhakti stage. Both Radha, Sadhana Bhakti, and there are two aspects of Bhakti only. Not they are different. They are on two aspects of Bhakti. Like you say, a kacha like a raw mango and a ripe mango. Both raw mango and ripe mango, mangoes only. But ripe mango is an advanced state of raw mango. So sadhana bhakti basically means what sadhana means practice. When you practice Bhagavad Bhakti by following rules and regulations, following the instructions of spiritual master, regularity established. So that is sadhana bhakti. Step by step, gradually improve from your conditioned state. And then when you reach the level, having obtained or achieved a spontaneous attraction for Krishna, that is called Raga Bhakti. So, Bhakti essentially deals with the science of Krishna, understanding Krishna. That is the most important subject. So, Actually, the answer starts from verse 5 itself. So, Krishna Samprashno, the word uses Krishna Samprashno. Krishna Samprashno means relating to Krishna. Your questions basically is relating to Krishna only. And understanding Krishna as per 15.15, Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, 15 verse. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto matta smriti jnanam abohanam cha vedeshu sarve ahameva vedyam vedandakrit veda videva chaham. Vedeshu sarve ahameva vedyam. By all scriptures, by all the writings of Vedas, there is idea or the principle of Vedas is to understand, or the objective of Vedas, the purpose of Vedas is to understand Krishna only. Vedeshu sarve ahameva vedyam. Vedanta krit, I am the compiler of Vedanta. Vedavit, I am the knower of Veda. So to understand Krishna is the greatest. And once you understand Krishna, you understand everything. So the questions that sages asked pertain to Krishna are the sum and substance of all Vedic inquiries. And Srila Prabhupada says, the world is full of questions and answers. Yes, you can understand that. Everyone is interested in knowing something. For that, there are a lot of mediums nowadays. Previously, there used to be only newspaper and radio. Now there is computer is there, social medias are there, mobiles are, everything is there. So many things available now. And people spend most of the time looking at mobile, sitting in front of TV, and they have so many questions and answers. Questions. Srila Prabhupada is not only human beings ask questions, but even birds and animals also. They are very interested in asking questions and answers. The students ask questions. The employee asks questions to employer. In the court, lawyers ask questions and answers. In parliament, politicians, everyone is. In all spheres of activity, wherever activity is there is questions and there are answers. But basically, these questions and answers are at the level of matter only, in the conventional material world. Neither these questions nor the answers is going to satisfy the soul. No, root out is the problem which the soul is facing. So the satisfaction of the soul can only pertain to questions and answers that is pertaining to Krishna only. Only knowledge of Krishna gives you complete satisfaction. Other knowledges, they may sound to be very great, but they're not end itself. So it's said that once a scientist, he had come to India to attend a scientific convention in Calcutta. So during the days of this convention, he decided to go and have a boat journey, a boat ride. This sort of in the Ganges. So he went there, got a boatman, and he wanted to have a ride. He asked how much rupees will take for me. The boatman said 10 rupees. Okay, you take 10 rupees. Take me to the other shore. So both this boatman and the scientist sat on the boat, and the boatman started rowing the boat. When the boat was about 25%, 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers, the scientist asked the boatman, "Do you know what is the depth of the river?" The boatman said, "No, I don't know." "So you don't know anything about this? Please understand that 25% of your life is finished." Then after some time, the boat started again moving forward. The scientist asked, "Do you know the speed with which this wind is blowing?" "No, I not studied that." "Understand, 50% of your life is over." Again, the movie started moving, and the waves, and the scientist was asking, "Do you know the velocity of these waves in the river?" The boatman said, "No, sorry, sir, I don't know." 75% of your life is wasted. Then as I was speaking, suddenly the wind started blowing very heavy, very fast, became very dreamy. Then the waves started rising, and the boat started capsizing. The boatman asked the scientist, "Do you know swimming?" The scientist said, "No, I'm sorry, I don't know." Understand, 100% of your life is over. So we should always know what is relevant for us. It's not necessary to have so much knowledge, which is not at all relevant to the core of our existence. So we can make a big problem or big show of solving these political, social, religious matters. All these things we may make a big show. But ultimately, it's not going to help us. So the last verse number 6. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yado bhakti radokshaje ahetri apradihada yayatma suprasidari. The supreme occupation, dharma for all humanity, is that by which men can attain loving devotional service unto the transcendent Lord. Such devotional service must be unmotivated and uninterrupted to completely satisfy the self. So Srila Prabhupada starts with Pravritti Marga and Nivritti Marga. Pravritti Marga is a path of sense enjoyment. Another is called is Nivritti Marga. Pravritti Nivritti Marga is called a path of renunciation. The Vedas state that, although of course Pravritti Marga is given a lot of importance to Vedas in the Karmanda section. And Nivritti Marga basically we find in Upanishad. Upanishad is called Uttara Mimamsa. Vedas, Karmaganda section of Vedas is called Purva Mimamsa. So in Uttara Mimamsa, the spiritual existence of Brahma Buddha existence is given more thrust or more emphasis. Where the life is very spiritual, blissful. So Rishabhadeva, he tells his sons, says that Tabo Nityam Putraga Yena Sattvam Brahma Saukyam to Anandam. He says that this life of working hard and hardships is not maintained for, is not learned for, it's not meant for human beings. It is meant for creatures like dogs, donkeys, and all that. Working hard, day, every 24 hours a day, 20 hours a day, 18 hours a day. Working hard like a donkey is meant for donkeys only, not for human beings. Human beings should meditate, do the tapasya on Brahman. And when you obtain the Brahma Saukyam to Anantam, endless. So The material existence is simply temporary, illusory, and full of miseries, where here it is Sachidananda only. So the path of progressive achievement, material enjoyment, like dharma, artha, kama, it's a progressive path of material enjoyment and material progress. But devotion service to Lord, which is linked to the blissful life, is called the superior quality of occupation. So it's called paradharma. So dharma, Srila Prabhupada says, the meaning of dharma is that which sustains one's existence. So, in the material point of view, in the Varnashrama system, there is a dharma which is supporting one's existence. So, in the different Varnas, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra, you have different occupations. The idea of occupation is to maintain ourselves. So, this dharma is basically a material dharma only. But paradharma is that which promotes our relationship with Krishna, lost relationship with Krishna, regain the lost relationship. That is called paradharma. So paradharma pertains to signs of the Lord. How it is possible? Yado bhakti adokshaje. Adokshaje means one who cannot be understood by our material senses. One who cannot be understood by our material senses is called adakshaja. So paradharma of every single human being, whether he is Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya or Shudra, a paradharma is to render devotional service to Krishna. Devotional service to Krishna, which will be unmixed, actually costless. It should not be for promoting our interest in life, or progress in life, or enjoyment in life. When you go to temples, you'll find that so many Varibad is there. You go to temple, Abhishta Siddhi, something else. There are different names. So many things you'll find there. The idea is to fulfill one's desires. Abhishta Siddhi means fulfill one's desire. So you may get a receipt for 100 rupees or 200 rupees, whatever it is. And then the pujari will chant some mantras and tell you, yes, what you want desire will be fulfilled. And the person is also very happy. So this is a sort of devotion also, which as per Bhagavad Gita is called Artharthi. Verse number 16 of 7th chapter says, Chaturvida bhajante mam janas sugritam arjuna artho jitnya surartharthi jnani cha bhargashava. The third category is Artha Arthi. One is very interested in wealth, position. So the bhakti should be costless. Ahaitugi. It should not be for any particular reason. Or there should not be cost for the bhakti. To achieve an end, we are utilizing bhakti, which will not give satisfaction to soul. It should be costless, only for just worshipping Krishna. So in simple language, we say, Krishna say Krishna ko. Krishna say Krishna ko. Do you want something from Krishna? Are you looking for something from Krishna? Or Krishna God? You looking for Krishna himself? If you are looking for something from Krishna, the Krishna hope that Krishna will satisfy desires, that is an inferior bhakti. But when you understand only in Krishna only, getting Krishna, that is called superior bhakti. Srila Bhava says, a living being's sustenance of existence is to coordinate his activities, his eternal relation with Supreme Lord Krishna. Krishna is the central of his eternal relationship, central pivot of living entities. Each and every living entity has its eternal form in the spiritual existence, and Krishna is the eternal attraction for all of them. So it is stated in Shastra that every living entity is called Jiva Buddha, person who has taken this body, they have a special, a unique relationship with Krishna. Individual, separate, unique relationship with Krishna. Every single jiva have a unique relationship with Krishna based on the rasa, which is as per their swarupa. So we have these eternal rasas, 5 primary ones and 7 secondary ones. Which are the primary rasas?
Sakhya rasa, Vasalya rasa, Dasya,
First you start with this one, Karuna,
Sankhya. Acha.
Shanta. So
Shanta
start
rasa.
Shanta.
Shanta.
There you don't have any
Shanta.
personal relationship. There is only a feeling of goodness. When you understand Krishna is great, a feeling of comfortable relationship with Krishna. Everything is very peaceful now. Agitation is over. That state is called Shantarasa. You understand Krishna is supreme. Now you are trying to worship. That is Shantarasa. It's a neutral. Then the person aspects. Starts with first what?
Sakshya.
Understand you are servant of Krishna.
Dasya.
Dasya.
Dasya. And then
Vasalya.
Mitra.
as you go up, yes, you go, it becomes Sakhya.
Sakhya Bhava.
Then
Friendship with Krishna.
Sakhya Bhava. Then Mitra.
Then you go next, the Valsalya. Sakhya is Mitra only.
Okay.
And the next one is Valsalya. Then you can be even more dear to Krishna. You take Krishna as your own son, like Nanda Maharaja and Yashoda Mataji. That is called Valsalya. And the last one is Madhurya.
Madhurya rasa.
Like the Gopis.
Yes, the Gopi Bhava. So each and every single jiva, whether now he's a human being or the Indian jivas, they have a special, unique relationship with Krishna. The sense of a relationship, basic of a relationship, is a servant-master relationship. Actually, servant means a sevaka and savior. Krishna is a savior, object of our service, and we are the servants, we are the sevakas. Now, when you say immediately, when you say servant and master relationship, in the material concept, there is a concept of lower and higher. Lower and higher. So they will say there's a split in Brahman. This Mayavadis will say there's a split in Brahman. You have created a split in Brahman by concocting higher and lower in the terms of master and servant. But they are missing all the single thing. This is actually, this relationship is in the spiritual world only. In spiritual world, there is nothing like lower and higher. Everything is same. Because qualitatively, both Jiva and Krishna are situated in the same platform, Sachidananda. In their Swarupa, one is absolute in this his mode of servant, and other one is absolute in his role of as a savior. They are both absolutely situated in absolute platform. There's nothing like lower and higher. Only thing by Swarupa, one Swarupa, Jiva Swarupa is to render service, and Krishna's service enjoy that service. So what is the question of higher and lower? That's why in absolute world, there is no relativity. There is no relative things. Nirapeksha means absolute, apeksha means relative. So the gross materialists, they are interested only in sense gratification. And the Advaitins, they're just avoiding all kinds of things, all kinds of relationship, everything trying to bring down to equality. The next verse will be given even more clearly. So this kind of transcendental relationship as a master and servant is distinct from our experience in the material existence. It is in terms of love only, intimacy and love. One can realize it as you start improving your devotional life. And the best way to do your devotional service, read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and chant Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you.
Any clarification?
No.
Yes.
I have one question, not
Please.
related to what we discussed, but one of the Vaishnavas had asked me to, that it is important to chant using a mala. Now what happens is I chant with the mala, but there are times when I'm traveling to office and I'm stuck in traffic, and then I'm chanting using an app wherein Srila Prabhupada ji is chanting and I'm chanting along with him, 108. So would that also be counted as 16 rounds, or only with mala it's counted as 16 rounds?
All right. Normally, in conventional terms, some people strictly will say that what you chant in mala only will count. So that means you have to read 16 rounds in your beats only. Others are extra only. But considering that people don't have that much time, they are working, and like you mentioned, so many things, especially in Bangalore, I know it's very hectic. So you can cancel this, yes, using the app. But how do you keep the count then?
There is count in.
You're meaning the counter. You're doing the counter then.
Yes, Prabhuji. But I can't hold the mala because I'm driving.
I know. That means you drive means you use your counter then.
Yes, Prabhuji. The app itself has count. It is so Srila Prabhupada ji is chanting, so I'm chanting along with him.
So when you when one Hare Krishna on the 16 is over, the number will display 1.
Yes,
like that.
yeah, it will display 1, and he will say that Shri, you say that verse, right, of what do you say, the Panchatattva. Yeah, he says the Panchatattva, the new one starts.
After 108 means one beat is over, one mala is over 108. So you have to repeat this Panchatattva.
Yes. After every mala is a Panchatattva.
Yes. That's okay.
And also, Prabhuji, what is the importance of chanting with the beads?
No, bead means your concentration will be much more. Your mind will be in beats only. In your this one, I mean the chant only.
Okay.
Otherwise, suppose you leave the beats, you don't count, just do it, just start chanting in verbally also, in mind also. The mind is so strong that the mind will take over and we'll start thinking of so many things, and finally we'll stop chanting also. We will not even know that we have stopped chanting. After some time, they'll realize, oh, you have started stopping. And so they'll just again shake our head vigorously and then start again.
Yeah,
But when
Prabhuji.
you have the beats with you, even though the mind may stray, the chanting will now stop.
Yeah. But Prabhuji, how do we stop the mind to stray away when you're even chanting? Because my mind goes to other places when I'm chanting through the beads also, Prabhuji.
Correct.
How do you avoid that?
So that's a big question. First of all, you have to be alert. In verse number 26 of 6th chapter, you have Bhagavad Gita with you?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Take out the 26th verse. Yada yada man chanchalam astiram.
6th chapter 20.
Verse 26 of 6th chapter.
Yes, yato nischalati manas
Chanchalam
tam
astiram.
astiram tatas tato
Tato
niyam
niyamedat.
yetat atmani iva vasham nayet.
Atmanyeva vasham nayet.
Atmani evam
Atmanyeva vasham nayet. You
nayet.
read the translation?
Yata, wherever.
No, read the translation only.
Okay, from wherever the mind wanders due to its flickering and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self.
Yes. So that means whenever the mind is deviating, you should be so alert. What is indicated here is you should be very alert. When immediately it strays, you have to be alert, bring it back. That means you have to hear the chant, listen. Srila Prabhupada says, listen continuously, listen. Then you have to listen again, then bring it back. Now, how it deviates, which are the areas where it deviate? Vishwanath Chakravarti in his Madhurya Kadambini, a very great big book work called Madhurya Kadambini, he gives 5 reasons, 5 areas where you'll deviate. First, he says laya. Laya means you become sleepy while you are chanting. Sometimes you become sleepy. You have experienced that?
Yes, Prabhuji, especially mornings.
So what do you do when you're sleeping?
I'll just keep, I chant loud so I don't sleep,
Yeah,
Prabhuji.
you can either chant loudly or can just get up from your seat. Suppose you're sitting down and chanting, just walk around. Just walk to and fro. Or even that is also not working. You just take some water and splash it on your face. So don't yield to laya. Don't start sleeping. Sleeping, what happens? You sleep for some time, then you're chanting because immediately after some time, you have 5 minutes. Oh, I'm sleeping. Then you start again. So don't give it is laya. Laya means there is one obstacle. You can say this is obstacle chanting. This laya is the first obstacle. Then Abhekshya, it's called mundane thinking, mundane thoughts. Sometimes what happened, yesterday what happened, you are talking of this one, you in your workplace, something happened. And maybe some years before also you remember some incident which has happened. Like that, stray thoughts, which is called mundane thoughts. The second obstacle is the stray thoughts or mundane thoughts. Now, you may not be sleeping, you may not have the thoughts. Then what happens? This is called apradipatti. Apradipatti means there is no taste. You are chanting, but there is no taste. It's dry type of chanting. That stage is called apradipatti. Now, you cannot chant without any attachment. Sometimes next stage is called kashaya. Kashaya means angry thoughts. Somebody said something, you become very angry, you hurt, you remember some instance relating that. That is called kashaya, the fourth obstacle. And the fifth one is rasavada. Rasa means sensual thoughts. So if you look at your deviation of thoughts, it will be confined to these 5 obstacles: laya, mundane thoughts, tasteless chanting, angry thoughts, and sensual thoughts. Tomorrow onwards, you see, where the mind is deviating. The mind is deviating in these 5 areas only.
Yes, Prabhuji.
It's a great experience. It's a great introspection. When you see this, these are the 5 obstacles. Then when you immediately can be alert. This will make you alert. Yes, this I am doing this savada only. These thoughts are coming. All these things are there. Now, when you go to 14th chapter, this actually all these thoughts, everything is based on your gunas. So gunas means you have to be neutral. Krishna teaches you have to be neutral to gunas. Neutral to gunas means you don't give in to the gunas. Neither you become provoked by the gunas or you become hate. You don't be whatever like gunas or hate gunas. Be neutral. Then get attached to Krishna. Then you develop this in the Tapasya, in the 17th chapter. The Tapasya is austerity, austerity of body, austerity of mind, and austerity of words and mind. In the austerity of mind, he said that saumyatvam, pleasant thoughts. You have to keep your mind always in a pleasant state, not agitated state. So that is verse number 16 of 17th chapter. If you look at it, 16, I think. Verse 16 of 17th chapter. Can you find that verse?
In Bhagavad Gita,
Yes, Bhagavad Gita only.
17th chapter, you said, right?
Yes. Chapter 17. Krishna speaks about 3 types of tapasya, austerity. Can find it.
Yes, I found. Those who undergo severe austerities and penances, not recommended in the scriptures, performing them out of pride and egoism, who are impelled by lust and attachment, who are foolish, and who torture the material elements of the body.
No. 17th chapter is 16th verse of 17.
Oh, 16.
Prasada saumyatvam maunam atma vinigraha. Manaprasada
Yes.
saumyatvam.
Yes. And satisfaction, simplicity, gravity, self-control, and purification of one's existence are the austerities of the
Austerities for mind. Now, mind is an enemy. So you have to train your mind so that there is always serene, it is not agitated, it is simple, and always having nice thought. By default, mind is always agitated. But you have to train in such a way that is a austerity pertaining to mind. So this verse is very important. Verse number 17 is you train the mind in such a way that it is kept in a very simple, self-control, purity of thought is there. Maunam Atma Vinigraha. In that state only, you can think about Atma Vinigraha, means thinking of self. Then verse number 26 of 6 is when you're practicing, when you're actually chanting, when the mind deviates, immediately catch it. And how you catch it? By understanding the 5 obstacles.
Yes,
You got some idea?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for that.
Right. Thank you. Anything else? Right. Vancha kalpadruvasya kripa sindhuve vacha pedanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव
Right.
जय श्रीराम
Prabhupada.
No.